Time we see MiniStuey and Deathspade selecting their characters. Deathspade going to go with the Sora rather than Bayonetta. Definitely wants to warm it up. And MiniStuey opting for Terry Bogard. What do you think about this matchup?
So, not one that obviously you see very much just because these characters are just not as common nowadays, but Sora going to be dominating that airspace with those neutralers as we see immediately getting to work. And Terry going to be occupying more of that ground game, trying to get those kills from those early combo starters.
We see the seeding and where they're from at the top. Thanks to this wonderful stream UI, we can see Deathspade, the 7th seed from Missouri, MiniStuey, an Iowa local, but very much so the underdog here. Unfortunate upbeat, gonna let Deathspade catch that F smash, and within 30 seconds, we've got a quick 0 to death here. Deathspade taking their first hit of the game right here, 30 seconds in. Now MiniStuey's got Deathspade on the ledge, gets reversaled by the fair off the into the Faraga. Into another combo, but Deathspade whiffs the grab, allowing MiniStuey a chance to get back into this. This is a pretty big deficit that you're out to start with, but certainly not impossible. Terry Bogard is a character of comebacks and of explosivity, and we're going to see if MiniStuey can channel that here against the 7th seed of the event.
And that's so tough, too. Having that DQ in your round 1, immediately having to go into the 7th seed of the tournament, and that's your first warm-up set. You can see though, MiniStuey's starting to settle in. He's starting to get that damage, get that spacing out, but Deathspade just going for those side Bs to just launch him into the air. But now he has to deal with Go for the rest of the stock.
I hope MiniStuey played some friendlies before this, that's all I'll say. But with a phenomenal Sora combo into the up B, we see Deathspade taking that second stock, not even 100% on them right now. We're going to see Deathspade, taking such a strong lead, and it's going to be up to MiniStuey to see if they can't make that back a little bit. But Deathspade in the power position, very much so in this Game 5 here on PS1, PS2 even. There we go, he hits the up tilt into the up air. Don't get hit by the second, you're going to get up beat, and you're going to die at a tragic percent, let me tell you. It's happened to me before.
And it seems like it's so hard for Terry to actually get meaningful damage in this matchup, especially Sora being the floaty character that he is, and just having those active hitboxes in the air at all times. Like, you can see that in that situation, that should have been an opportunity for Terry and just wasn't. It turned into Sora's combo yet again, and Deathspade taking that first game with a pretty quick restock.
Deathspade was hitting the combo. MiniStuey tried to air dodge in to escape it, and Deathspade was able to reactionary up smash there. The thing about Sora combos is that I've played Deathspade recently. They're from my local scene, and I asked Deathspade, when you're getting comboed by Sora, what can you do? And the answer is basically nothing if the Sora doesn't mess up. I know Deathspade has had a lot of conversations with Rarkure on Twitter right now, the Moroccan Sora, about whether or not Sora is a Luigi or just a lame floaty cloud, basically. They've had a lot of conversations over that, and we're going to see, definitely more on the Luigi side from the set right here. Smashville. I recently have been consulting Deathspade about Sora and stages. This is Sora's best stage, according to Deathspade, but I can definitely see why Terry benefits from it as well. It's just that center platform on a stage so small is going to allow Deathspade to get so many extensions, and there's not a lot of room off stage
when you can just take them all the way off the side, blast them there. So much percent immediately, only 9% taken so far at the start of this game for Deathspade. And stage doesn't matter if you can't get back onto it right now, which MiniStuey has just struggled to get back to.
Absolutely. PS2 does not have a lot of space off the sides. Smashville is different in that way. But the combos yet again, MiniStuey going to be able to air dodge to avoid the up smash, gets hit by the up air though. Once again on the ledge at 151, not going to be able to make it back. You see MiniStuey delayed their recovery to avoid Thundaga, but that made it so that they couldn't get back to the stage at all, which ended up taking the stock in and of itself. The thing about this set is that Game 1 was a bit of a steamroll, and if you're MiniStuey, you just want to put up a good fight here at the very least. And Deathspade is trying to make it seem like MiniStuey is incapable of doing so. We saw that string off the side. We're seeing these edge guards with the Blizzaga. That's going to get another stock, an even more dominant lead that was in Game 1. MiniStuey tried to go for the Nair down smash follow-up, which we love to see from Terry Mains. Terry, who usually struggles against swordies, often like Lucina or Aegis, is having a really hard time against Sora right here, who is the floatiest of the swordies.
And Deathspade just giving, again, MiniStuey no chance to actually get on stage and utilize these big hitboxes from Terry. So much of this game's been played off stage, and that's the double-edged sword of having a smaller stage like Smashville is he's being forced off stage so much more consistently too. So he isn't actually being able to utilize the platform layout. But finally finding his footing here, and he does get the burn knuckle into that first stock. First stock taken 2 of the set for MiniStuey.
And it might be the last one of this game here. If Deathspade can seal off this edge guard, hits the Thundaga. MiniStuey's not dead yet, but the up air is gonna not do it just yet. Smashville is a small stage, but not that small, apparently. Deathspade looking at the ledge trap situation. Good F-tilt into Buster Wolf for MiniStuey there. It's a question on how influential it's going to really be, though. With this much of a deficit at 163, you die to pretty much anything, especially off stage right now, like you are. Avoids the Thundaga, gets back onto the stage, throwing out some projectiles, not trying to get hit with another Buster Wolf on the ledge. That would absolutely kill, even at this early percent. Deathspade getting in with the side B, tries to go for a nair. Good up tilt, and the drop down up air off of the plat. Such a consistent option, especially out of that nair 1 like we saw Deathspade do. And with that, the 7th seed of the tournament goes up 2-0 in this set. Looking pretty dominant so far.
And that is the one plus of, immediately having to play Deathspade as your round 1 is this is all best of 5 throughout the bracket, including pools. So that is a change up from recent years where it was all round robin in pools for Honeypot up to this point. So moving into that traditional double elimination best of 5 bracket does give you a little more time to figure out your opponent. But apparently the stage wasn't the issue there for MiniStuey, so we are going back to Smashville here.
It's definitely sort of a trade-off because with double elimination, all BO5, you get more time in every single set to adapt and possibly change your fate in the tournament. With round-robin pools, you play more sets. Perhaps that's more of a warm-up. Perhaps that's just more fun games for you to play. It's definitely a pick and choose of what you would like, but, round-robin all BO5 is sort of an impossibility at bigger tournaments like this. We're seeing this tournament, MiniStuey tried to get a good up air, up B combo going. Deathspade didn't quite get hit by it, though, and now it's MiniStuey put into the juggle situation. Deathspade finds an up air. This is where Sora wants to be, in those juggle positions. The back hit of the nair leading into Blizzaga, and the down smash out of shield is going to take MiniStuey's first stock. Those Buster Wolves do not grab you if you are shielding, which is very good if you're in a more defensive playstyle, like a lot of Soras tend to be. Now with only 66% to his name, Deathspade's going to try and close out this set in a dominant 3-0 by extending this lead that he's found himself in.
MiniStuey using his jump there off stage is going to make it back with that high air dodge. Needs to make the most of this on-stage opportunity right now. But again, getting that grab, racking up that damage. Deathspade is also just so consistent when he does get that initial hit that he needs.
Absolutely.
Getting those nairs, but MiniStuey is starting to fire back here, gets that rising tackle. But that's the thing too with Sora is that corner pressure really doesn't exist because you have that side B, you have that up B, you have that nair. So especially as Terry that doesn't have those big disjoints to just force him back off stage. You don't really have a whole lot of options to force Deathspade to stay in his advantage.
Right now, MiniStuey has go at 117%. The only question is Deathspade going to let MiniStuey use that go? And the answer is no. With the Blizzaga once again finding another stock by catching MiniStuey in the midst of the recovery, but another stock found by MiniStuey in this set. I will say they're definitely doing better on Smashville than they did on PS2. Maybe that's just because they're more warmed up in the set. Maybe it's because, Terry also benefits from this stage, but it is a noticeable difference.
Yeah, but running out of time here in this set, continuing to pile on that damage, getting that falling up air into up B confirmed to call at the top at 85. That's where that counter pick can work against you there and work in favor of Deathspade to seal that out with a quick 3-0.
A JV3, a 3-0.